Michael's sent me a coupon for 40% off on my birthday. So I have a little mini haul. If that sounds like something you might want to see, grab you a project, grab you a drink. I am armed and ready with my caffeine, and join me. Good morning! Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. And yes, I'm a little excited. The last couple of videos, I've been that super excited because I love getting on here and hanging out with y'all. Now, whether you're new or you're returning, thank you for coming to hang out with me, because otherwise I'd just be talking to nobody. Or I'd be talking to a camera. But see, it helps knowing that you're on the other end of that, so that I don't feel stupid and just sitting here. So, Michael's sends out a 40% coupon to me on my birthday. I don't know if you can do it unless you hit that little tier. They have 3 tiers or something. I don't know. I just know that I don't think I've gotten it. I don't know if I got it last year. But anyway, so I don't know if this is a new thing, but I do miss our Joann's. I say ours, but you know, I do miss our coupons that we had at Joann. But beggars can't be choosers, and this is what we're left with, right? So the 40% coupon they sent me a notification the other day that it was expiring the following day, and I'm like, okay, well, fine. So I went on there and I looked, and I didn't find any yarn that I wanted. All right, I did find, okay, not 100% true. I did find Simply Me Mosaic. I found Kobu, Trubu, but now, the Mosaic kind of got in my head because Kelsey is doing the knit beanies. And yes, I do knit beanies for like the 12 cast ons for 2026. But I was like, I don't know if I can sell them. So, I don't know that I'm really interested. If you do not knit, or even if you do knit, and you would be interested in me selling some knit caps, knit beanies, whatever, reach out to me, because if there is a avenue for me to do that, I will. Or I could knit them for charity and donate them. I don't know, but Kelsey was in my head, okay? And then I thought, no, I'm not really wanting yarn this trip. So I'm going to show you something. And yes, these are still on my table because I've not been in my workroom except to film videos. And that's only because I've been so busy outside. Alright, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So, this is fabric and fabric related haul. Now, I did end up getting my daughter-in-law she had a small portion of this bill. Which, thankfully, the bill wasn't that much because, hello, I was able to get my little thing for almost half off, 40% off. So, I'm going to show you what I bought with the 40% off coupon. I had 2 things that I was looking at. Both things I ended up getting, but I wasn't sure which one it was going to take off more. And it turns out it's this fabric tube maker. Now, you know how the Simply Mosaic would have been Kelsey's fault? And I say that with tongue-in-cheek. I don't mean it's literally their fault, but they put this idea in my head, or watching them put this idea in my head. Well, this came into my head because I have been watching Uniquely Mateo with her jelly roll rugs. Now, when we were closing down, I did get quite a few jelly rolls. I don't remember. I'm trying to see. I don't think I have any boutique jelly rolls. I might be wrong, but I think it's just normal, like tonals and... Sorry about that. It is early, and I have not talked to anybody but you. So my voice is still kind of, But anyway. So I did have some fabric rolls, but I also came across this. This is reminiscent, I believe, of a roll I have. And it's a beautiful rainbow tonal, it's not tonal, blender. Because see, it's got the different little designs, It's not tonal, it is blender. And this is not telling me the color. Normally it has, I thought it had color names, but I would call this a rainbowy one. Because that definitely looks like a little rainbow. And it's beautiful. Now, my mom loved braided rugs. And the jelly roll rugs remind me of that aesthetic, right? So I ended up getting these for like this for $10. And I think this one originally, no, it was, oh, I ended up paying full price for this thing. I thought I added another coupon. I meant to add a 20% off coupon so that I could at least get something off of this, but that was $14.99. I guess for Michael's fabric, that'll work. And then I did get my daughter-in-law a yard of just plain white fabric, because you would think I gave her some black. I was about to buy her some black, but I forgot that, I'm pretty sure I gave her some black because I don't think she bought any. But I mean, I have well, that's not a bad word. I have a lot of black. I have a lot of white, but I don't have, and I did look, I don't have any solid white. I have white on white designs, but no solid whites. So I ended up getting her a solid white because she's doing like a checkered. She has checkered fabric. She has black fabric. Now she has white fabric, and she's going to do kind of quilting squares for my grandson's curtains. And then she's got her some for the living room and all. And I see, when I came across this, I thought it was too precious, so I ended up getting some of this. And I got 3 of them because I thought it would be beautiful as kitchen curtains. Now, with these being fat quarters, they're 18 by 21 inches. And I would not want in my kitchen, and she has an abbreviated kitchen window, so that actually worked really great for her. And I told her if she wanted this, she could have it, and I could just get me some more. But I would just want it over the top of my window, not blocking my view, because I don't see anything but woods around me. There's no houses, okay? So I'm not worried about people peeping in and, no. So I like either sheer curtains to let the light in or abbreviated. Not quite. It would be probably a quarter curtain instead of a valance. So I thought about that. And how pretty would that be, though, y'all? Little mason jars and flowers. And it's muted. It's white, for one. So it will let the light in. And I thought, oops. Hold on. I have papers falling on my feet. But I thought it would be really, really pretty for kitchen curtains. And there's my mini haul. that fast. But I do like the fact that they do send a 40% off coupon. Because I will do that all day, every day. Now, if you came for the mini haul, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, I did look up the batting that uniquely Mateo uses. And they have these big rolls on Amazon. So I think what I may do, and yes, I know, I just got it out of my mouth in Wednesday's video, that I have so much going on, because the quilting and the quilt that I have to finish, the quilt that I have to start, because that great nephew has now been born. But I also want to start this. Am I awful? I wish I had more time. But sadly, like I said, I haven't even been able to be in here. Because when it has rained, now I'm looking at sunshine out there. So today should be a good burn pile day, or a stump burning day. But the other day taught me, when those storms wiped out my burning situation, and then the following day I tried to rekindle it, but that wood, those stumps had gotten so soaked, I could not. I tried for almost 2 hours. And an entire gas can later. Don't freak out. I know how to do it safely. But it's like, it's so frustrating, because I'm thinking, this is a day I'm losing. I've already basically wiped out my day so that I could do this. And I wasted 2.5 hours trying to do it. And I had my grandson out in the field with me. But it wasn't happening. So, yeah. Now, that is all for the mini haul, by the way. I'm going to sit here and knit for a minute, because this will be probably the only knitting time I have until tonight. So I'm going to take a minute. I don't have a whole lot left of my last ball. Hold on. Yeah. See, I don't have much of this last ball. It's probably, these things I think are, how big are these? Now this is not, I'm not counting this as a last ball, because I'm going to use it for the back flap of my split hem. I keep looking at these. I think they're 1.75. Yeah. So these are 1.5 ounces, or 1.75 ounces. So 1 3/4 ounces rather. This is probably a little under 1 ounce left. So when that does it, I'm going to put in an order. And Kirsten, which lives near me now, she used to live in New York, and she had when she found out she was moving down here, she had reached out. And we've met up, and she is a sweetheart. I love hanging out with her, and I can't wait to again. But we were talking about maybe doing an order to Hobie together so that we could get free shipping. Honestly, if she decides to go with the idea that she's got going on, she may do most of the orders herself. Because mine, and I'm going to tell y'all, I looked back at my order history, and the only thing, none of my other purchases are showing except 2025. I bought this Bella Coco in August before the tariffs started. And I mean, it was literally right before the tariffs started, I believe. And they were $8.55. Now they're $12. And I know some of that went to tariffs. But I think the tariffs were 20 or 30%. So that doesn't account for a, what is that? A 50% markup? Yeah. Yeah. So, but, and Hobie used to be one of my favorite companies to order from. Y'all know how much I ordered with those, the cotton that I made my Battenberg blanket. And then I ordered several more other yarns from them, I believe. I don't know where they're at right now. But I know I bought all that cotton. And I used to love buying from Hobie. I don't know if I'm going to buy from Hobie that much after this. I mean, I understand the tariffs put them in a position. But just charge for the tariffs. It hasn't even been a year. Well, actually, it's going on a year. Just short of a year. But it should not have gained, it should not have, the price should have not risen 50%. I don't agree with that. But I will buy what I need to finish this top here. And it's getting there. Poor thing, it hasn't gotten much loving over the last week. But it's trying, okay? It's trying. What I was talking about is not, you know, I really don't need to do a jelly roll rug. Because if I'm not outside at the collecting tomatoes and zucchinis and green beans, I'm canning, which we were, my daughter-in-law, my father-in-law, okay, my husband's father, he brought me, because y'all know how I grew all those, I started all those tomato plants for him. I think the first group was like 85 plants. The second one was 22 plants. And the last one that I did, because I've done them in like succession planting so that he will have, you know, because let's face it, South Carolina heat will try to decimate tomato plants. But I think he ended up, that last one was, they all didn't plant. I mean, they all didn't germinate. So I think we only had 17 plants out of that one. But anyway, he sells them to local people, local restaurants and whatnot. And we told him that what he doesn't sell, because we were willing to buy just to give us an assortment complementing our paste tomatoes, because as much as we planted, that would not give us much, because according to the ball book, tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, all those things, you need about 20 pounds to give you a 7-pint yield. 7 pints. All right, I think I've mentioned to y'all before, my daughter-in-law wants to have enough spaghetti sauce to do a year. So she figured she wants 48 pints. Technically, she wants the pint and a half, because the ragu that we buy is 24 ounces. So she wants, and we would have to special order those jars, because Azure, however you say it, they have the 24 ounces, but if we wouldn't be able to get that till the end of July. And it's actually working out to where that actually is a good idea. Well, the order goes in July 28th, and I think the delivery, because they do drop-offs, and we would do a drop-off in Graniteville, and that would be August 3rd or 5th, I think. So that actually works really well. But anyway, so you get the idea. 20 pounds of tomatoes, which is a good little basket, only yields you 7 pints. So if she wants 48, now granted she's doing a pint and a half size, but just use a pint as reference. So basically she would need 6 baskets in one of our gallon-sized freezer bags that we've been freezing the Amish paste in, it's about 3 pounds. So she needs 10 of those to get 7 pints. Okay. Times 6. So we would need 60 bags to keep this girl in tomato, in spaghetti sauce for a year. We don't use spaghetti sauce as often because I can't eat spaghetti. I can't eat lasagna. I can't eat any of the good tomato-based stuff. But we do have it. We just don't have it as often as they do down there. So I don't need as many. But Pops brought me some tomatoes the other day, and I asked Kat, because I have zero room in my freezer. I have a normal freezer for my refrigerator, and then I have a stand-up freezer, and I have 0 room. It's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining. I know my family will have food. And a lot of it is food I have grown myself. Or made myself and frozen. Because let me tell you, chicken tortilla soup freezes perfectly. Perfectly. And I have frozen some chili. So when I make chili, I make a little extra. That way I can freeze some so that if it's a night to where I don't feel like cooking or I'm hurting and my husband don't feel like cooking and he's hurting, we can just pop something, defrost it, in a pot real quick and then get it out of it. Because I use those plastic, those opaque looking freezer containers. And, we can just do that. Anyway. So that's kind of what we do. And I do try to buy meat in semi-bulk. Like when we go to Sam's, I will buy probably 6 or 7 packs of chicken breast, 5 packs of thighs, and then I'll separate them. And now they have it separated in some pre-sized packages, which I don't mind, but I've done the beef like that because we ran out of our beef. So I've done the beef in the 1 pound packs that they have pre-packaged, That's handy. But I bought the chicken breast and chicken thighs and left them in that kind of sizing because usually I will put them in a gallon size freezer bag and lay them flat so that when I go to thaw them, they're faster to thaw. But we're going to see how that works this trip because I did not do that. I just left them in their little packaging. So we'll see. But anyway, I got so off track on that one. Sorry. Squirrels all around the road. All around. Ooh, I see sunshine. It's finally peeping above the trees, y'all. It's early, but it's peeping above the trees. So if I'm not doing those things, I'm burning stump piles. All right. So I really should not be wanting to start a new project. The animal square blankets are already taking me longer because, pardon me, I still haven't even gotten through my animal squares, not to mention my plain squares, which I think I have to do as many plain squares as I do animal squares. I don't know. I will have to kind of draw it out and see what I'm going to do because I'm going to split that 20 animals, which it ended up being 22. It will end up to be 22 because I counted ahead, with the 2 little alterations. I think only the bear into the polar bear and then the deer into the fawn. I believe that's the only 2 ones that they had alternate. So that means 22, which is 11 per baby's blanket. And then I'll have to do the the solid squares. So if I can, and that means putting this stuff down, and I don't want to put this stuff down, okay? We're gonna be real here. I am so ready to get this top done. Yes, I know it's going to take longer because I have to reorder the daggone Bella Coco from Hobie, but that's okay. I just want to get it done because I want to finish it. I want to wear it because I do want to see if it's something, being merino wool, I want to know if I can wear it in the summer. So we'll see. All right. I am, unfortunately, I think I'm reduced to getting off up here because the fact that I just saw the sun come out, I don't know if I finished telling you. My mind is going 90 to nothing before my caffeine. And this is my first caffeine. And I'm about halfway through. The ones that my father-in-law brought, I'm going to mix with some of my paste tomatoes that I haven't frozen, so that, because you want a blend of flavors. You don't want just one kind of tomato when you make sauces. So we have Amish paste. We have cherry tomatoes. I have a few of the Homestead mislabeled ones. Even though I bought them in the packet that says Homestead. Homestead is a slicing tomato. This thing is about this big, and it is a pear-shaped tomato. I don't know what it is, but it's not a Homestead slicing tomato. So between those and then my father-in-law's Better Boys, we'll have enough of a blend. But I need to go and get this started so that we can possibly can some plain tomato sauce. I kind of don't want to waste the tomato sauce. To waste her tomatoes, because like I said, she wanted a year worth of spaghetti sauce, but I don't think she's going to get that. So we can start with, we've never tried this recipe for the spaghetti sauce. So I told her, let's try like a jar. And then she's like, well, why don't we just use this particular harvest or this particular bunch as just tomato sauce if it's okay with you? And I said, that's fine. I don't use tomato sauce in very many things because the acidity triggers my ulcers. But yeah, we can do that, because if it gives us, I would say he gave us about 20, maybe 25 pounds worth of tomatoes. And between my fresh stuff and her fresh stuff, we might have another 6 pounds. So that'll give some variation. And plus, I can do I can grab some of the cherry tomatoes down there too. But it'll give us enough of a mixture to be able to do that. But with that sun coming out, I need to go ahead and get started getting that pile going to see if I can burn it down enough for us to go can. If not, she might be canning tomato sauce solo, and I hate to put that on her, but it's also good for her to flex those muscles alone too. We do so many things together. Almost everything we do together. So she's done jellies without me. We've done jelly together, but she'll do some solo too, and it's good. It's really good to see her do that. But I have to get off of here and go out there and do that. But I don't want to put this down. I don't want to stop talking to y'all, and I need to, because I've been rattling on. Oh wait, I don't know how long I've been rattling on now, because I started recording this earlier, probably about 15-20 minutes worth, and well, I thought I was recording, and then I looked at the thing and my screen was black. So yeah, I don't remember what time I started truly recording. The actual physical recording, when I thought I was recording the first time, it wasn't happening. But I don't know. I hope that, I haven't dawdled on too much for y'all to where you're just like pulling your hair out like, shut up, lad, click. Because I can do that to people. We all know that, Some people think I talk too much. And I do. And that's okay. That's why I don't have 10,000 subscribers, and my watch count is small. It's small. But that's okay. I don't mind. I have come to realize the channel is not going to grow into the huge community that I wanted it to. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. I'm not going to change my format. Not necessarily my format. I'm not going to change me and how I relate to you, because this is me. And I'm not going to be something I'm not. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope that you find some joy today, whether it's the teeny tiniest little spark that you can kind of go and make it bigger. Yes, I know. I'm thinking of the fire. I can't help it. It's all in my brain right now. In fact, I think it's so embedded in my skin, I smell like a nice campfire. But I'm going to get off here. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of you, and I'll see you then. Bye.